Welcome back to a new live stream. So we're playing Out of the Park Baseball. I'm going to try to make the Los Angeles Angels able to make the playoffs. So I have the default settings on, with the exception of challenge mode is enabled to make trades a lot more difficult. But they have the longest playoff drought, so they haven't made the playoffs since 2014. The Rockies have actually made the playoffs more recently than them in 2018, so they have the longest drought. I don't think they're worse than the Rockies, but they're also one of those weird teams to where they always just don't make the playoffs. So let's figure out what we can do with some of these guys. All right, so we threw those. So first thing we have to do is figure out how to make our Major League roster better. We're going to look at free agents, clear this filter out, and see if there's anyone that could make our team better. So offer some of these. I'm not going to offer him. He's 23 and he wants money. Not worried about that. It's hilarious that Kepler is suspended 80 games. I always see him get signed by some team, though. Always, always. All right. So a good amount of prospects are just chilling here. At least that have 2.5 star potential. So go ahead and see if we can get all of these guys signed. All right, so we're good there. And finish today. We're not going to jump into any of the games. Go with that. We're going to keep the owner goals on, which normally is very annoying to do. So don't suck completely. Build a top 6 minor league system, increase fan interest, and keep building the team up and make the playoffs in 4 years. Hopefully we can do it in sooner than 4 years. All right, so we want to be able to maximize our development budget as well as our scouting budget. Let's look at personnel. Our scouting director is actually pretty decent, so we're going to keep our coaches for now. I'm not going to worry about that at this exact moment, but we need to make some trades. So let's look here at default. So, man, that's a big contract. All right, so Drew Pomeranz, former Guardian, made a nice comeback. So we have a lot of 2 star pitchers. So that's obviously not ideal if you have a team that would like to win games. But we are going to look for some pieces. So I don't think anyone's going to want him because of how large his contract is. But that would be really nice if anyone did. So they don't. And then we're here with Mike Trout making the most money, which, he's a good player. So not too worried about that. So we might not really be able to get off any of these contracts. But let's look at our player development. So we have Bremer, that's the other thing. So we're going to put some automation stuff on here, even in challenge mode. Minor league promotions and demotions, we're going to leave that automatically on. Let the AI move guys up and down. And we're going to look at AAA and start moving some of these guys around. So Kirby Yates we would like to bring up, but a lot of these guys we're just going to release because they're in their 30s, they're 2 stars, and they're not really going to be helpful for our team. And they're just going to take innings from guys that are going to potentially develop. So Gustavo Camparo could be useful as far as being on the Major League roster. Same with Nico Cavadas. So look for some of these guys. Our roster is full right now. So Brent Suter, he's 36, 2 stars. We're going to go ahead and release him. Bring Mitch Ferris up. All right. So we're not worried necessarily about competing this year. So we're going to take him out of the rotation and put him in. Is he a two-way player? That's so bizarre. So um, I don't know why he's a two-way player, but where is that? Oh, yeah, we're not using him as a two-way player. Oh wait, we have to. We have to set him back to a starting pitcher before we do that. All right. So we keep Mitch Ferris there in the rotation. UC, whatever you say his name, he's going to be in the bullpen. So, anyone else that's crazy old? Drew Pomeranz, he's $4 million. Not really worried about moving on from him. Joey here, we can move on from 25. Jordan Romero, kind of in that same boat, so we can keep him there for now. And all right, so he's 37, did not bat well, 2 stars. We're just going to eat his contract and then move Gustavo up. Look here, Adam Frazier. Forgot that guy existed. And our team's got a lot of bad players and bad contracts. So we're going to move on from him. Allow Nico to come up. I don't even know if he can play other positions, but we're just trying to throw crap at the wall. See if anything can work out. We also have Wade Meckler. Looks like we got him from the Athletics. Or no, the Giants. I don't know why he's on our team now, but we won't question it. Doesn't say how he got traded over there. We are going to move on from Adam Frazier and move Wade up. See if there's anyone else. So we have 2 pitchers and Christian Moore that can come up as well. So we're going to look here and all right, we're just going to waive him. Ryan Johnson is apparently a switch hitter, which is very weird for a pitcher. All right, so Caden Dana is going to come up. And looking at our starting rotation, they're all pretty good right there. So we're going to leave that how it is. And he's just going to be in the bullpen. We want him to develop. And then 26 years old, 2 stars. And we just move on from him. And we can bring up Christian Moore. And then there should be one more pitcher that we can move on from. Ryan Zephyrjan. We're going to just release him. And then bring up George Clausen. We have one more guy that we could potentially bring up. We're going to go ahead and try to clean out our minor leagues a little bit from some of the older players so the younger guys can get more opportunities. Let's go ahead and release if we can. There we go. Yeah, we don't need a 28-year-old in high A ball. That's good for now. And then move him up to low A. Yeah, we don't need him. All right. I think 28 is fine for there. And then the DSL, we got to clean that up as well. 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So that'll give us 30 guys. Let's go ahead and auto fix the minor leagues. So we have one guy missing from the Major League roster right now, so we can sign a free agent potentially. So ideally, I mean, who do we really even need? Do we have enough pitchers? So we're missing one of the pitchers that we could have. So we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we need one more guy. So let's look at the minor leagues. Grab literally anyone because it doesn't really matter. Ideally, we would get a relief pitcher. So let's sort by there to see. Michael Kopech seems to be the only guy. He's 29. All right, so we'll go ahead and offer him a contract. And then hopefully get all those prospects signed. We got some of the minor league players. We go here. So setting player development focus, that's unfortunately going to be on us in a sense. We don't really have to worry about it too much. All right. No, I got a little concerned. All right. It's like, how do we only have that many pitchers? So autofill lineups. Let's look at strategy. So John Gibbons is our bench coach. Bench coach. All right. So we're going to be really conservative on all of these except that. And stolen bases will be higher on that. Pitch around, probably lower on that. I think we move these down a little bit. This down, infield shifts. I think we move that up. And outfield shifts. And then I'll just leave that at the default. Just go a little bit with there. And then that doesn't matter. Pinch hit for positional players. We can do that. Pinch runners, have that up higher. And that is one thing I do want to change. So in the game settings, players, where is this at? Oh yeah, manual advance. I never like having that time limit thing. Here, what was I going to change? Oh, the options. That's what we need. All right, so we just take that off. So I don't want any of the rules and stuff changing. I don't really care about the team names changing too much. All right, so we got some of those minor league players signed. Let's look at free agents here. So let's look at. I mean, let's double check our team. I think we still have some 2 stars. So if they're 2 stars, we're going to send them to AAA, even if they're younger. All right, so he's a 2-star. All right, so we'll send those guys down to AAA. So we only have 3 relievers at this point, but we'll look at free agency and just grab the veterans. He just signed with the Pirates. So none of these guys wanted to sign with us. So we have one guy that we can bring up. Not the best spot, well, in many ways. Um, just go all pitchers and grab some of the younger guys. Get through this first game. Oh, so we didn't get some of the minor league players. So we didn't pay attention to that, but that's all right. Let's go forward today. I think he's one of the big guys that we should look to move. I don't think anyone's going to want that contract. We'll just eat his whole contract. That's actually insane. So that's not realistic at all. All right, so we got some guys in AAA that we can bring up. All right, so there we go. Leave our rotation there. See if we can get both those guys. All right, so we do. So we don't really have money for development and stuff this year. So kind of the big goal is just to kind of get through the season. Obviously, their bullpen's going to be not very good. Our team in general is not going to be very good. We're 1-6. I'd rather just rip the band-aid off and just be bad. So Vance Grisham is ready to come off the IL. What's he doing this year? Hasn't really played much. He only plays first. We're going to go ahead and try to trade him. He's 27. He's a first baseman. We don't really need a 27-year-old average hitter as a first base only player. Probably not very useful. Nobody wants him. All right, so this power. Yeah, so he's not very useful, so he's going to be just released. And then Vance can come back. And very expensive contracts. Contracts that other people just won't want. So we swept the Braves of all teams. That's kind of crazy. All right, so 28-year-old, 2.5-star starting pitcher. See if anyone wants to trade for him. We basically just want younger guys. Like we just, I wish I could put a setting that we will trade everyone. All right, so we'll check here. I'm fine right now, so we're gonna go and just put him on a rehab assignment. So we're actually at 500 right now. I'm sure that won't last. Combine scouting. So this will be important. So let's go all players. Um, and we'll add those last couple guys. At least that are 3 stars. So give our scouts some stuff to do. Somehow we are 11-7. Miguel Amaya, we definitely are interested in that. I don't know why he's being waived. All right, so we have Logan Ohape and Gustavo. He's doing decent, to be honest, but we'll see if anyone wants him. We'll keep him at AAA, but I'd rather have Miguel Amaya. It'd be hilarious if we just made the playoffs in the first year. Be very unrealistic if we did. All right, we're gonna put him on a rehab assignment as well. Should start to lose games eventually. We lost 0-14. That's pretty. Had to have been a rough one. All right, so we have some pitchers that are coming back. Starting pitchers have been pretty bad. I don't think we should be 11th out of 30th in the power rankings. That doesn't really make any sense. Oh, the hard thing with guys or with teams like this is they have so many bad contracts that it's hard to just get off of them. All right, so we'll look to see who's struggling the most. Go ahead and waive him. I don't really know why he's our closer, but I don't really care. All right, so we do have Kirby Yates that is back, and he is actually a good reliever. Bullpen's actually not horrendous, as bad as it could be. Hmm. So he's been doing pretty bad this year. So we're going to demote him to really high ERA and bring up Kirby Yates. Now, do I really care who is in the starting rotation? Not really. We'll throw Michael Groove there for now, or Grove. We do have Grayson that will come back, and Alex Monet. We won 20-6. My goodness. All right, so let's look here. Ryan Johnson's also struggling quite a bit. So we'll send him down to AAA since we have Monet that can come back and he can just get slotted into the starting rotation. So Kirby Yates is now our closer. So Grayson immediately gets hurt again. So he had a setback on his rehab assignment. Alex Rodon has 13 months left. Yeah, we can just eat his contract. 12 to 13 months. So these are guys that we are not going to have use for. A 2-star Alex Rendon. That's crazy. That's a crazy contract that they gave him. We're hovering around 500 for some reason. Almost kind of wish that we didn't, so we would stink, but we're also not being offered any trades or anything. We would love to trade players. I guess our team's hitting pretty well. Our pitching's not very good. We're only a game back of the wild card. All right, we're gonna change the continue button so we can go a little bit faster. Intercostal strain. Let's look at AAA lineups, super stats. So Martinez will come up. Really thought we would be significantly worse. I really thought it would be difficult to make the playoffs. It should be. Like, I don't think we will. He's diagnosed with a head injury. That's a weird, it's a weird one. We should probably try to save Ben Joyce. All right. So trade proposal. No, unfortunately, not very good for us. So we're going to put him on the injured list for 15 days. And I guess because it's a head injury. And we don't really care about his own. So we lost him again. Bring Ryan Johnson back up. 32-year-old pitcher, we don't need him, that's for sure. Right, so we'll try to sign him. Maybe Nestor Cortez as well. Hyperextended ankle. Ouch. That sounds really unpleasant. So we got these guys on minor league contracts. Or do we have too many pitchers? 1, 2, 3. Oh no, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we need to put one of these guys into the starting rotation. Which will be Ryan Johnson. I saw all those guys are coming up from the International. We just move on from him. He's hitting well this year, but he's 30, and we have to get younger guys opportunities. He's down to 2 stars, so we're just gonna go ahead and move on from him. Guess they didn't. The team didn't like him. Yon. Let's see if somebody wants to take literally anyone for him. All right, this is fantastic. All right, so there's actually a ton of interest for him. I always stop at the Guardians to see what they offer. I always want to trade the Guardians because I always know their players the best. So I don't have any a specific position or anything that I would like, but like right here, Wickle, Wickle, Wickelman. That's an interesting last or first name. Very similar to my last name. Like Dylan Cruz right here. That's a crazy trade. And I think we go with the Nationals trade. They always want to trade Dylan Cruz. All right, so Cruz is down here in AAA. Josh Lowe is 28. I think we try to trade him as well, and then that will create a spot for Dylan Cruz. It's a good amount of interest for him as well. We don't need to push an instant trade. CJ Kayfus they want to offer us. That actually might be the best trade available. We'll check the prospect package because they're not gonna no team's gonna accept the trade right off the rip. Alejandro Osuna. White Sox offered that same trade. Luis Matos. Yanquiel Fernandez, that's interesting. And then CJ Kafis, they'll just straight up offer. That is an interesting player. And the White Sox offer is pretty decent as well. His power potential is not really that great, unfortunately. I kind of like Yanquiel. Kafis is always an interesting because his speed's really good. So I think we actually discussed with the Guardians. We always want to trade the Guardians. I'm addicted to trading with Cleveland. How Reese just isn't at the major league level for him. George Valera could be an interesting guy as well. We're going to throw Valera on there. They have Juan Brito at first. Juan Brito and Franco Alemán. So they didn't immediately say no. So we'll see what happens. We can get Christian Moore back. We'll throw him on a rehab assignments. So we could get rid of the Mike Trout contract. Ooh. That's so tempting too. Cause like he's always hurt. Let's shop Mike Trout to see if there is interest now. So there are teams willing to eat his contract. Teams that are willing to give us multiple players. So the Giants will give us Matos and a couple other good prospects, or at least one other one. We can get Yanquiel as well. The Guardians would give us Engel, Kafis, and another throw in. So I think we actually look back. We can claim him as well. All right, so we will look at our active, throw Mike Trout on there. And then if we look at the minor leagues, so this is a ton of value that we'd get back. Where's Cooper? And I think we make a ridiculous other offer. So we're going to go back to the majors. 1 million. 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 1 million We're going to throw Chase on there, even though they'll almost... All right, so they immediately said no to Chase. That's fine. Let's get Gaddis on there. So this is really interesting. So we're going to be able to move on from the Mike Trout contract, which gives us a ton of money. And they'll just take a random prospect. So then we get to move on from Josh Lowe. We get to get Kafis. So we essentially get two guys that are major league ready. Hunter Gaddis, who's going to help our bullpen. Yeah, it's like... What's Kirby doing this year? He's 39, so we are going to look to trade him as well. Right, so the Mike Trout, getting off of that contract's really nice. It saves us a ton of money. And we get two players that we can slot in. I mean, we're 36 and 33, but we're kind of thinking of the future. See if anyone wants him. If not, then we'll just go ahead and waive him. See if there's any prospect packages. I don't really want any of those pitchers. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we actually have too many pitchers anyway. See if we can trade him. People wanted the Mike Trout contract for some reason. Maybe they'll want him as well. Probably not. No. All right, so the Hunter Gaddis, he's 28, but he is someone that will at times develop. So we can also bring Cruz up and Christian Moore back. All right, so Joe Adell's a full 3 stars. He's 27. He always regresses as well. So we're going to look to trade him. Which is going to continue to tank our season, I suppose, but I just don't think we're going to fall off at some point, and we want to get as much value as we can for these guys that are not going to be long-term pieces for our team. So it's search and search and search. So quite a lot of interest for him. Let's go with the prospect package. So that could be a really good trade for us, to be honest. Mason Miller. I guess there's another Mason Miller. This is actually a decent trade as well. Cozart is a pretty... Guardians are always offering us good trades. But the Rockies trade, I think, is probably honestly, that's a really good trade. So gives us another middle infielder. Zach Neto is really young. So really, we'll have him play third most likely or something. But yeah, we're going to move on from that. All right, so Adiel, we're going to set his game strategy to play third. So we just got a lot younger and hopefully a little bit better. Just picked up Jose Tena. That means that we can leave him. Jose Tena can come on and be the backup. Ben Joyce. Our bullpen's really stabilizing too. Ryan Johnson is really struggling though, so we're going to go ahead and demote him. Throw Nestor Cortez into the rotation. Check free agency as well. So he's 28, so might have a couple extra years with him. There's not really anyone else I'm super interested in. Kind of have decent depth of starting pitching with younger guys. But getting off the Mike Trout contract's really nice. Getting off Jo Adell is going to be nice as well. Right. He's down to 2 stars, so we're just going to release him. They're not able to be relievers, so we'll move on from them. And we'll move on from him as well. Just make sure we don't have too many guys in our system. Have them sort that out down there. All right, so we're good on hitters. Apparently, we're just going to make the playoffs in the first year. We're in the wild card. I don't really understand how that's happening, but I keep thinking we're going to fall off. Apparently, every trade we've done has worked out for our team. Right, he's 34 as well, so let's see if anyone's interested in him. Hey, man, all the trades keep working, so we might still keep trading people. Adiel Amador is only a 2-star third baseman, but he should be able to learn every infield position. What if we just eat his contract? We just got off the Mike Trout contract, so we got an influx of money. I can't believe the Guardians wanted Mike Trout. So there's some interest now. Let's go to a prospect package. They offered a 23-year-old, so potentially. All right, let's do multi. All right, to be honest, Colby Thomas is kind of an interesting player. We're going to take Severiano off. We'll eat his contract. All right, he's out for 5 months. That's unfortunate. So we're honestly decently close. Keeping Valera. Gonna take off the first baseman. We're not too far away. We're 7th out of 30th in the 23. There we go. Talon, Halley. Carlos Santana. It's not batting too well, but playing with I forgot he was with Cleveland in 2025. So pitching we have I think we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then Nestor is apparently a follower after someone, so we're gonna go ahead and look for someone else to bring up. Livan Soto potentially. Let's look at AAA team. Look at the Wooba. So he hit really poorly at the major league level. Yeah, we bring him back up. All right, let's see our player development. 21st out of 30th. So I don't know if that's went up, but let's look at combine scouting. So I guess he's finished. Go ahead and do the same thing. Okay, never mind. Scouting's already done. I actually will not understand if we make the playoffs in the first year. We try to gut our team, and apparently it's the exact correct thing to do. Who's our highest rated prospect? 13th. That's actually really high. So we don't really have many guys ranked, but we do have a 13th and 30th overall prospect. Which is probably why we're not 30th out of 30th. Yeah, no, we don't need a 32-year-old. So Soriano's been really good for us. We're going to leave him in. Surely we fall off. Well, the Guardians have Mike Trout, and they are 10 games back of first place. So they got scammed, and they have to pay that whole contract as well. So that's really not going to be good for them. I'm fine with that trade, to be honest. 26-year-old, two-star third baseman in AAA. The Guardians waived Rhys Hoskins. As they should in real life. He's not hitting anything. I'm actually good with that trade. Bring Ryan Johnson, give him another chance. Take Cortez out of the rotation. And we're kind of falling down the rankings a bit as we mostly expected. And we don't need Jesse Winker. We are 12th. So a really tempting prospect to go with the 2.5-star pitcher right off the rip. Hmm. Not too interested in a center fielder. Spangler is interesting, has good power. Probably doesn't project as a shortstop, more so as a third baseman. I think we swing big for Richardson or Welder, whatever his name is, Logan. We'll grab the second baseman. Oh, he's 23. Oh no, that's Colby Allen. It's a very old prospect. We'll go with Sharman here. Oh, he's impossible. Never mind. Go with Wilson. I think now we'll go with Matthew here. Overpay him so we can get him. Grab Peyton Bonds. Barry Bonds' nephew, I think. It's a full 2-star, even though he's 23. Now we're just kind of throwing darts at the wall. It's like there's only one hitter that has 2.5-star potential that's left. And he's 18, so it's a catcher, which they usually never develop. We'll grab some of these college guys. I don't know if it's ever worth it to grab them. Surely one of them will go from 2 stars to 2.5. It's not even our pick. I'll be very curious if this strategy actually nets us some decent pitchers. Go for some higher potential guys. Honestly, I feel like that draft went pretty well. Just got to overpay Matthew. We are currently 2 games out of the wild card. It's crazy. I actually was not expecting us to be anywhere near, and Michael Grove made the All-Star game. It's been a pleasant surprise. Just as a free agent, minor league free agent signing, made the All-Star. So one of the reasons we're doing well, we have guys overperforming. Angel Abreu, no, we don't need him. Pretty set on the outfield, to be honest. Guillermo Williamson, Randall Calente. Now we're good. We good. Ooh. Ooh. All right. So this is, I don't, and these are actually pretty good prospects. So yes, because his contract is a lot of money. It's been pretty decent this year, but 2 years, 21 million. That's just so expensive. So yes, Giants, please, please take that contract. All right, so we don't really need him though. So see if we can trade him. I mean, we got 2 decent prospects too. All right, so he is fetching some interest. Let's go to see if we get a prospect package for him. All right, really good, really good. So only a couple of teams, but I think the Phillies or the Dodgers. There we go with the Phillies. All right, so we have I think we just bring up Bachman here. Let those other two guys fester in AAA for a bit. We're in last place in the division, but we're over 500, which is very interesting. We don't want James Ottman. No, we don't. We don't need an older outfielder. It's the last kind of player that we need. And Michael Group did make the All-Star game. He's on a minor league contract. So I actually think, for the simple fact that I don't think we're going to be good this year, this could be maximum. I mean, for a minor league contract, yeah, we could get Chase Dolander and another. Okay, we are definitely moving on from Michael Grove. That's a crazy swing trade. And then Chase can go right into the rotation. So honestly, that was a decent trade, but that's all right. We do not want Derek Hill. They would trade us Spencer Steer and however you say his name. I'm pretty happy with Logan Ohape. It's only 26. All right, we're going to do a tactical reset. Sometimes when the game slows down like this, it's nice to just exit out and come back in, then it speeds up tremendously. It's always so easy to find good outfield players. All right, so let's go ahead and get back in. We're loading back in. All right, so we are 4.5 games out, so we're slowly falling off, which makes sense. Yep. I like this trade. And we honestly will just claim this guy, so oh, we do not want Kyle Freeland. My goodness. don't want Blake Perkins. We do not want Miguel Andujar. Roberto Hernandez. Kind of interesting, but we just not good enough for good enough outfielder for us. David Festa is interesting, but it's more so if we just needed another. No, we don't want Max Kepler. All right. All right, Dylan Cruz, why are we fighting? We're not trading Cooper Angle. Right, we just do not want this person. Dylan O'Ray. They want too much from us. We just do not care about him. He's batting 348 for him, but not interested in a 33-year-old left fielder. We have our dudes. It's not a good trade. We made a lot of trades this year. I feel like we got some really good players, really good pieces to build. We moved off several bad contracts. And we got younger, we got rid of bad contracts. So I really feel like we set ourselves up well for future years. We just don't want any. We don't need to get older. We don't need to get rid of prospects. I'm good with just rocking with what we have. I mean, we're not trying to get a 26-year-old. He's not bad, but it's the same time. It's like I'd rather just keep the younger prospects. All right, Logan Redman. He signed. All right, so Ryan Johnson's going to go down to AAA. Mitch Ferris will go down to AAA, and Reed will go down to AAA. And we'll look at our pitching here. We're going to bring our first round pickup, George, up, and Kada up as well. And throw them into the rotation. So we have a lot of options as far as starting pitchers go. We have a lot of young arms. All right, Kafis is out for a while. We don't know what his injury is. So for the 15-day. And we can bring that guy back up. And we can throw Brito up there. Let Kobe play first. And then just let some guys develop as relievers. Nestor Cortez, I think we just move on from him. And we can bring up another Just let them all kind of fester there, even though they're not the best relievers. All right, so he's out forever. I think we move on from Sam Bachman. Try to get some of these younger guys up. Let's look at our player development. So we're up to 12th now, which is nice. So our rating went up quite a bit. I normally don't like to leave on the owner goals, but we'll do it for now. Only 2 games back of the wild card. And we immediately lose 6 in a row. Yeah, I'm not re-signing Kirby Yates. Yeah, I do the lineups for now. How is Audio? Where's he at? Third base. Alright, so he's developed some third base ability. Yeah, so we've fallen off, which makes sense. 4 months? Well, I mean, he was going to be out the rest of the year, close to it anyway. So we have him back. Does he have multiple years? So we're not really. So just do that. All right, roster expansion. We'll bring him up. And we'll just leave that there so Dylan Cruz can come back up. Grayson Rodriguez back. I'm gonna put Grayson into the rotation. Let's actually go with the 6-man rotation. So worst that happens, we lose. Burrow will go to AAA. He will. Yeah, so we fell off, and that's kind of that is what I expected, to be honest. We certainly overperformed for a good amount of the year. I mean, we were 64 and 60, and it's rather surprising. And I don't think keeping all of the guys that we traded would have resulted in much of a difference. And we'll have a couple more games. Just keep the roster small. We'll bring Cooper up. Yeah, we'll bring Brito up. I do think we made a lot of positive steps. So next year, I don't know if we'll make the playoffs, but we should have a really improved team and at least a lot of potential to for guys to get better. So you have guys like Joe Adele. It's like you kind of hope he outperforms for another year, and then Mike Trout. He's just always hurt. Any simulation I've ever done, he's just hurt all of the time. So it's quite difficult to do. All right, so AAA coach retired. Let's look at our 40 man. I don't think we have to worry about that. Yankees in Boston. That would be a cool championship series. All right, international scouting. Yankees and Mets. New York and New York. The Dodgers didn't even make the playoffs. What is this? What is this world we're living in? That's actually insane. Guardians also didn't make the playoffs with Mike Trout, which is hilarious. So a New York World Series. The Yankees had to get there via a wild card spot. All right, so he's 280. Oh my gosh, that's a really large person. All right, so we are going to slowly fix our coaches. Let's go here for hitting. And offer go ahead and do this for all the pitching coaches. See if we can find some. We'll just assume that the coaches they have aren't good. Trash Pandas is such a cool name for a minor league baseball team. Jeff Hoffman. See? So it's a different Jeff Hoffman. All right, so we'll go through low A. We'll go back to the majors. I mean, honestly, our hitting wasn't really too bad, to be honest, but Trash Pandas. I always find if you offer the default contract, they always accept it faster than if you try to get for the max years. And then when you offer them extensions, you can get them to accept the longer ones. All right, so I think this is the last one we need. Okay, we didn't mean to click in there. And now we can look at coaches. Ari always has really high ratings. Go with Hector. Now we'll fix managers for the lower levels. AAA, AA. Or we already did AA. High A. Low A. And we don't worry about the instructional leagues. We could, but not really any point for that. Let's bring all those guys back on. Arturo Moreno. Play close. Sign Zeknito. Give him a 10-year contract. Why not? Max Muncy. Yeah, that'd be cool, but they want way too much for him. We didn't do the player development lab. The most important part for a crappy team like us. All right. It's like Neto had 27 home runs. He has a beast. All right, let's see if we can get some power for him. Let's go with the younger prospects. All right, so Logan, movement, go power. And we'll go power. Control. Do control. Angle, we'll go for some power. Oh, we're full. Do we leave? I guess we leave all the settings as default. I think the only thing I changed was the league evolving. All right. $16th. All right, so we can max these out actually. We have a ton of money available, so we did clear a ton of our contracts. Caleb Durbin. No, I don't think we want that trade. All right, there we go. We're happy. We got really good coaching. Did they give him an extension? Huh. All right, there we go. Oh, there we go. Coaching's gotten better. We got our development budget maxed out. We got rid of the big bloated contracts that we had. Let's look at scouting. International. So he's going to be the guy that we throw all our money into. Potentially. Nope. I already see it's like, I don't want Brian Baker. I don't want to give up Cooper Engel. Ben Joyce and Dylan Cruz. It's crazy work. Tony Blanco Jr. And teams really want Reed Detmers. But we're done tearing down our team. Ooh, ooh. Oh, we didn't look at arbitration. We forgot to look at that to see. All right, nothing too crazy. Except we're just going to release him. Went 16-7. That's honestly not too bad. Let's go pitching. 5-man rotation. All right. Well, messed up arbitration. I don't think we really lost any crazy good prospects. So he's 29. See what he's valued. See if there's any other crazy good. Of course, the Mets have already signed him before the internationals free agents enter the market. So I don't know why that's like a thing that happens in the game. All right, so let's go down here. It's just right field and left field. Pretty cheap. International players are always pretty cheap. And Scooble's an absurd contract. 57 million. 48, 55, 65. That's just absurd. Absurd. Chapman wants $33 million a year. Oh my goodness. What's nice with being with the Angels is they do have a lot of money, but what they're really bad at is spending it. I'm used to playing with the Guardians or a smaller market team with a smaller budget. So we'll do our first look through to see if there's any. So yeah, we forgot to like re-sign some of the minor league guys that like Gene Cabrera we just traded for. Same with Denzer Guzma. So we'll try to make sure that we don't lose any of these guys. Thankfully, they don't get mad if Andrew McCutcheon. They don't get mad if they just get released and you don't release them prior to free agency starting. So thankfully, most of the time, they're usually not too bad to resign. It's also nice to look just to see if there's any other guys that slip through the cracks for other teams. Like Livian, we don't need. He stayed at a 2-star. Right, so we're good there. Let's jump back up and see. Bryan Abreu is actually not too expensive for the level of player that he is. We'll do a 3-year and give him that player option. I think we can kind of afford that. And then Fairbanks is in a similar boat. Do 3 years as well. So we can risk like some of these contracts. Kenley Jansen, same. 1 year, 7 million. Ryan Jeffers, he's only 29. He wants a 5-year contract. We'll do 4. We just have so much money. It's kind of nice. Let's go ahead and check the free agents. So we can actually build quite a lot through the free agency. So maybe the Angels are actually, hilariously, maybe they're an easier team to build or to fix because they have money. They just suck in real life at spending that money and overpaying players that they shouldn't. We still have so much money too. So we're at 17th, so prospects are getting better. Pending. It's fine, Denzer. You can have more money. We're swimming in it. Yeah, how are teams like the Angels always bad? They have that kind of budget. I'm making trades for players thinking that we're gonna not have money, but we have an absurd budget. Right, so we get I thought it was the other Yamamoto. So it's like we're getting these like really good players. This is it's an interesting trade, but he's too old and both those guys are Still have a lot of value to us, of course. So yeah, we just got a lot better. I don't know why Denzer's given us such a hard time. All right, let's look at. Wow, we have a lot of guys on this team. We gotta clear some of them out. Do that with the ACL team. Throw some of these guys. All right, so that's fine for now. Let's look at Rule 5 players. All right, so add both those guys. Add him. And then we have 2 spots open, but I'm not worried really about anyone else getting picked up in the Rule 5. We don't want old outfielders. Teams are really interested in Miguel Amaya, which is perhaps a good indicator that he's actually good for our team. I'm actually good with that trade. Older reliever, and we can get some prospects back. Wait, what? It's a really good shortstop prospect. I don't really want TJ Friedel, though, nor do I want to give up Reed Detmers. Right. Well, we're not too. Edwin Arroyo would be pretty cool to get, but we're not too terribly interested in trading a really, really good prospect for him. Victor Mesa Jr. Getting him and yep, easy. I don't know why they wanted to do why they wanted that trade, but I'm not going to question it. Let's look at we don't really need a guy with no power. Let's get a free agency. So Kenley Jansen is still chilling there, and Ryan Jeffers. power through the Rule 5. I don't think there's really anyone that we're super interested in. Because it only would be like a pitcher. I think he has really good speed. Yeah, he's really fast. It's honestly a pretty good pitcher. We have 2 spots open as well. All right, we're going to look at our team here. So do we have an outfield spot? Not particularly. Yeah, we kind of have a lot of outfielders. Let's go back to the Rule 5. I think he's just kind of mostly a first baseman. And then he's same thing, mostly a first baseman. He's a really good outfielder. He's not a shortstop. We signed a lot of pitchers as well, so I don't think we really need to worry about them. Let's go filters, infielders. Yeah, there's not. That's kind of what we would potentially be interested in. You guys are really fast. So Kendall George is an interesting player, so maybe we just grab speed. Well, what's auto? So we can grab 2 outfielders with really good speed. And the idea is just to have them be backups. See our so a good relationship with the starting pitcher, strong with the left fielder as well. His movement potential is not really that great. I think we still try to go pretty hard for the left fielder. Only 6 foot. No. 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 Alright, so we do get Ryan Jeffers, which is nice. They want both catchers? You can have Gustavo. He also has good speed as well. Got a message about my house. They don't want 200,000 for it. It's too much. It's too much. Alright, so I am interested in trading Gustavo. See if anyone wants him. We have an influx of veteran catchers. Except basically any veteran package. Yeah, Detroit, you can have some money. So his speed is not very good. Not a lot of power. Alec Thomas, better speed, better power, better pizza. Papa John. So we'll go with that. Getting better, getting better. Very good. We have some guys improving in the Developmental lab. Still wish you had the option to give people steroids, and then it was like a 50-50 shot of them being suspended or not. They either get 10 power or an 80 game suspension. But that kind of power would be too easy to abuse because you just give every minor league player that. As soon as they're young, you just start pumping them full. Because who cares if they get. Yeah, we're definitely going to claim him. We can find a spot on our 40-man roster for him. He's only 20 too, which is crazy. Alright, so. Oh, we didn't even have to make a spot on our 40-man. It's weird. Not going to question it. Alright, so we did get Kenley Jansen. Alright, so we're going to give up Reed Detmers, but we're going to get Chris Bibbick back. It's a really good starting pitcher. We signed. I don't know. I feel like that. I feel like that's a win. We have a lot of guys that can be good closers. We're going to see if we can game the system a little bit and keep both of those guys. That's alright. It's alright. They can just get claimed. Alright, so we're going to go hard for William Liz Capron. Oh, he just signed straight up. Alright, so he's cheap enough? No. No. He's giving us more money. Goodness gracious. Alright, see if we get this shortstop. Spencer Jones? I mean, that's an interesting offer, but and everyone really wants Logan Ohape. And he is, so like we will have Miguel Amaya as our starting catcher. And we do have Ryan Jeffers as our backup catcher. So they want him in right field. So Logan Ohape is expendable. Spencer Jones would be interesting. But unfortunately, we're kind of just full. We're full. And his contact's really low. I mean, let's try to trade him. If people want him that bad, let's see what's being offered out there. Nothing, just one contract. We're getting all these like insane offers, and then there's one prospect package. It's actually diabolical. Guardians are trying to actually scam us. That's actually hilarious. I'd be interested in getting another high level pitcher. Yeah. Sort of both those. They didn't immediately say no. They basically did say no directly after that. If they just immediately reject that, then we're not really going to be doing any sort of a big trade. Alright, that's fine. I'm not that interested in Roki Sasaki. Oh, we got him too? I don't think we have enough. Oh, we do have enough money. All right, we'll offer Henry Rodriguez a contract as well. And we signed him, so we got 3 international signings. It's actually really good. Usually only ever try to get one and just try to get a high level, high rated prospect. But when the first one signs easy, it allows you to go after some other guys too. So I think our team got a lot better this year. I think there's a pretty good chance we make the playoffs. So his power got better. Movement got better. It says successful, but it says no. It's weird it says no noticeable changes even though it was successful. Let's check free agency really quick. 7-8 months, unfortunate for Dustin May. We give Carlson a contract. Luis Vasquez. Grab some veterans for AAA. Forearm stiffness. Adael Amador is leading the spring training in home runs. I think we increased that because we got Kendall George with insane speed. We'll have some difficult decisions to make as far as the roster goes. We do have two guys as Rule 5 picks, so either one of them being dropped off. All right, expectations are pretty low for this year. Let's check our player development. 13th. Let's look at the front office. Owner goal, improve team chemistry. It's fine. I was fine with that goal, to be honest. So, record actually improved from the previous year, just barely, but goal this year, of course, is to get above 500, which would be ideal. We're going to try to claim him because he's a 3-star, full 3-star. Washington has a higher claim than us, unfortunately. All right, so we need to clear out some of our roster. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. 9 and 10. One or 3, 6, 8. All right, so we're good with pitchers. Let's go with default here. All right, so Nelson will definitely go down. Cooper, so we have Miguel, Jeffers. Could keep Cooper as well. I mean, Jeffers should be our starting catcher, probably. So we're taking Amaya out. We're going to waive him. Jeffers should definitely be our catcher. And so Cooper can go down the AAA because we have 3 catchers. How many more? We gotta cut 4 more people. Latenya can get waived. Jonah's there for speed. Can we demote him? All right, we got to waive George Valera, which is fine. So 2 more people we need to cut. So Cruz, I think we send down to AAA if we can. And then Colby might be the other. So how's his speed? He's not really that fast. All right, we can send him down. We're going to keep the 2 Rule 5 guys on our roster for now. And so we need a first baseman, which is going to be Kafis. He's good at first base, and he has tremendous speed. And then we need a right fielder. So several different options for that, to be honest. He's really bad in the outfield. But we'll keep his bat in the lineup. We'll put him as DH. And then Noah Chanel has better potential in the outfield, so we're going to put him in left field. Put Yamoto in right field. Of Warbats second. And basically Jonah and Kendall are just speed off the bench. I don't know how well that will work out for us, but we're gonna rock and roll with it. Let's see how well we do this season. Honestly, I think there's a pretty good chance that we could make the playoffs this year. Our bullpen and pitching just got so much better. We just got another good reliever. We got dudes chilling in AAA that could be ready for us. All right, see how we do. It's not an uninteresting trade, but if he was a middle infielder, that would be really interesting. But we're kind of good. We have a lot of outfielders. Okay, let's look at combine scouting. Try to do the same thing as last year. Get all the full 3 stars. So we can add a couple more guys in. Alright, so he's busy now. Throw one more guy in. And what did we want to look at? Oh yeah, front office. Personnel. Let's offer everyone contracts. Alright, so we're all good with there. You just spend money on good players and you get better. Potentially, I mean, we could just collapse. Sprained ankle, 5 days. So we'll put him on the 10 or 15 day. Bring Joel up. So I'm very curious about Jonah if he's able to kind of hang on our roster. It's definitely kind of atypical Rule 5 picks that I would normally just look for a pitcher potentially, but all right, so he's going to be out for a little bit. We're going to bring Denzer up. And Noah Schnoll up. Jeffers up. Logan O'Hoppy's not hitting at all, so we're just going to take him out of the lineup. Can Moore play in the outfield? He can. Let's put Moore in left field. Vance at second. Oh, it's the right field. All right, we're going to put him in right. Keep Noah Schnoll at left. And Jonah's been hitting well, so we're gonna give him everyday at bats for a little bit at least, which means that Noah can go, or Nolan can go to being DH, and Jonah can go into the outfield. See how he responds to that. We're 12-15. Hope for we're hoping for a bit of a stronger start to the year, but so get our prospect rankings. 13th, so we're climbing. I think we're like 26th or 7th at some point when we started. A little disappointing with 15 and 19. We're sending Denzer back down to AAA. Jonah's still batting well. Nolan Chanel only has one home run, so he's gonna come right out of the lineup. Uh, Yamamoto is gonna jump in. He's pretty good at. He's really good at first. Kfis isn't as good at first, so we're going to put Kfis at DH. Yamamoto at first base. And so all right, let's see if we can get hot at some point. Suspended? He's throwing hands. He's out there fighting. Fight for his spot. Right, we lost Chase for a week. I'm gonna bring Joel back up and then oh, we'll see what the AI says for the lineup. All right, but does put him into the rotation. All right, minimal wrist. I'm not too worried about that. All right, Dylan dropped down to 2 stars, so we're just gonna move on from him. Unfortunate for him, but let's actually look. We'll go by the Woba. Woba, Woba, Woba. So Rada, and Valera. I think we'll bring Valera up, let Denzer be there for a little bit. Or do we need, we kind of need a middle, never mind. I lied. Sorry, Valera. Guess he's out of options too, that's kind of funny. Yeah, that's why we don't trade for outfielders because we have so many. Yeah, we're actually good with that. So we actually got Valera off the 40 man, interestingly enough. Sometimes he gets claimed. It's kind of a sometimes can be a random guy. All right, Joel's gonna go back down the triple. No, we don't. We don't want to release him. He only had 9 home runs last year. Let's see if we trade. No, we can't trade him yet. When his injury comes off, maybe we try to trade him. It's not really worth it unless he's mashing. He's got a lot of potential at first base still. No, we're not giving up on the season yet. So Baltimore got him from the Giants. The Padres would trade us Hurston. So I'm actually down with that. 25 years old, 3.5 star potential. See what they say. See how difficult it is. All right. All right. We'll demote Kada and bring Hurston up. And that clears. Nolan wasn't hitting home runs, and that's really where his value gets maximized. I forgot that we had Luis Vasquez, so we'll take. Doesn't really matter if these are good or bad prospects. We're down with that. You can have a second baseman. All right, we don't have too many minor league players. Let's see if there's an offer some of these guys contracts. Sam Girth. Who's he drafted by? It just gets random. Like, it's weird when random guys like this get released and they barely played at all. It's like get like a 26-year-old relief pitcher. It's like 22, just drafted. Like this guy. Like, what universe is a 20-year-old center fielder? So I guess he was a either undrafted or would have been a international signing. That's why it's always good to check the free agents because, like, why is that guy even available? He probably never turned out to be anything, but like, it's worth nothing to throw him a contract. Like, it's zero risk. They want Kenley Jansen back. That's pretty funny. Nope, we don't want Matt Gage. All right, we lost Brian Hudson though. 3 months. That's unfortunate. Bring Joel back up. Keep giving him opportunities. All right, back to 500. See if we can get like 10 games above 500. That would be really cool. Brian Abreu's out, so now everyone's getting hurt. Catcher. Yep. Yep. I'm good with that. All right, 4 games above 500. Nate Schneed and Javier Rodriguez for an upgrade as starting pitcher. So we give up 23-year-old. I'm actually pretty cool with this. It's a good swing. Or I believe that's pretty good. Allows us to send Joel back down. Poor guy's been optioned every other day. No, we're not releasing him. So that's a big contract that we took on, but all right. Ryan Johnson's only a 2-star relief pitcher, so we're gonna drop him down and bring Egan up. Five games over 500. We just got a improvement in a starting pitcher. So an old outfielder. We have to give up Kendall George. How is he doing this year? He's batting 214, so he's not doing a lot, but where's his stolen bases at? 11, he's been caught 5 times, but oh no. Yeah, we're good with that. Like, that would be another swing to get better, but Kendall George is a backup for a reason. Like, we're fine with where we are with him. Joe Adell's on the trading block. He's with Colorado. They can't stand him. He's batting well too, but Colorado's probably just not very good. Let's see the standing where they're at. Oh, they're 5 games over 500. Okay, I don't know why they're trying to trade him. So Jonah's actually performing quite well in the starting position. I'm actually pretty happy with how we're doing. So Kendall George is leading the team with stolen bases. I feel like he's just an advantage. Like, he's not a terrible player. He's still 2.5 stars, but just having that insane speed off the bench. Same with Jonah. He's hitting too, so I mean, if he stays above like a 250 average, that's just crazy, crazy good. 255, 3 home runs, so like not anything insane, but um, fan interest. I mean, it's not bad. Um, we're seventh out of 30th. Oh, that's actually crazy. So we were super close to beating that goal. Do we have anyone in the top? Who's our top prospect? So William Caprone. He's a rookie ball. That was our international signing. Really 4.5 or 4 games. Yeah, 4 games out from first, and we're tied for the wild card spot. So we'll not complain about that. The Guardians are doing better this year. Only at 500. I guess their division is weak. We'd be in first place by a lot if we were in their division. All right, first 2 player draft. Are we? Yep, we're there. So we dropped 2 spots. The Rockies were fifth and got all the way up. The Tampa Bay got a compensatory third overall pick. That's really good luck for them. All right, so we could take another college pitcher. He's got actually crazy power potential. We'll see who they recommend. So they actually want us to go with that starting pitcher, which I think is fair. I'm fine with that. Can't go wrong with getting more high level pitchers. So they recommend here a 2-star pitcher. What are we doing? Grab another higher. Just grab good pitchers. Really good outfield prospect. Or defensive. Good defensive outfield prospect. I think we go with him. Let's go high school players, batters. So only one more high school player is available as far as hitters go. Let's go pitchers. Grab these high school arms. Prep arms. Grab the prep arms. We're running out of guys to pick. All right, so I don't normally focus when we get down to 2 stars on prospects, but I don't know how much it actually matters, how likely these guys are ever to develop, but can't hurt to have that extra focus. 24 is a little low for me. All right, let's look at our negotiations. So nothing too crazy from any of the prospects. Four games over 500. Hopefully we can maintain and push for the division. Luis Robert Jr. And we're not trying to make any major trades. So George Clayson has got a lot of potential as a closer. Is anyone really stinking? Daniel is. Only in 11 innings, though, so we'll leave him there for a bit. Let our guys fester in AAA. And we're in a good division this year. They want Matthew. No, thank you. No, thank you. So I suppose, like, obviously making the playoffs would be the goal, but if we could finish above 500, that would be really nice as well. Tampa Bay has collapsed. 36 and 65. That's a big yikes. All right, we don't need Ryan Walker. No, thank you. We already had Michael Kopech. Oh, we're not trading Nelson Rada. Rada. No, thank you. Nope. All right, we're getting slowed down by all these trade offers. All right, only 3 to go through. Check our development. Still 7th out of 30th. I don't. Oh. I saw Joey Cantillo. No. No. That's unfortunate. Oh well. I'm glad we got Matthew Sharman. It seems like he's a good prospect. People keep wanting. They can't get enough of Matthew. Hey, 6 games back isn't too bad. Obviously, would like to, not to be 6 games back, but I'm fine with that, to be honest. I don't know why they want that guy so bad. No. 21-year-old catcher's up to 2.5 stars. We'd love to see that. All right, so put him on the 40 man. Can we put him in the AAA? We can. All right, Logan Ohape is not hitting. So we're going to go ahead and try to trade him. And we bring Cole Carrick up, improve the outfield a little bit more. And we have Jeffers for several years. We have Miguel Amaya that we can invest in as well. I'm kind of cool with the Cameron Coley trade. Last place with a 500 record, unfortunate. All right, look at these trades really quick. We're not trading that catcher. We don't want an old pitcher for a good prospect. Whoop. So Chase is in AA, Ty's there. Yeah, I'm actually good with that trade. No. All right, Bill. Bring Cole Carrick up, and Daniel can go to AAA. So we have Sir Anthony Dominguez, who in real life, pretty sketch as a closer, but adds another arm to our bullpen. Nick Enright, he's back to being healthy. We don't want him though. Tyler Holton. We're not training Juan Flores. Guy's going to be a beast. All these teams is trying to give us their older guys and trying to steal our prospects. See if we can do it. Processing it. Processing. 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 All right. No. I wish it was easier to reject these trades. Like a button that was quicker. Like I could just right click and hit decline. I can't do that, no. I actually wish it was up here so like the responses were just like how I can hit read message. Like the responses were just up there so I didn't have to go to the drop down to do it. I'm getting an absurd amount of trades. And if you're using that trade meter, you have to respond to them, otherwise you get negatively impacted for it. And so many of the trades are absurdly bad. He ruptured his Achilles tendon, didn't realize that. All right, let's check our ranking. Still 7th out of 30th. We are 4.5 games out of the wild card, 6.5 of the division. So we might still be a year away. We still get hot, but it's gonna take a big winning streak of some sort. Division's probably a little bit too far away. But the goal this year is to get above 500. And try to solidify as many of our various positions as we can. Alright, so now we don't have any money. We're broke. Sorry, Kenley Jansen. Alright, so we're not really sure what to do with Bryan Abreu yet. Whole division's actually really good. Besides, I guess Houston's below us, but we're chasing Texas, and we're 4 games back from them. Well, I guess really the Athletics. We're 5 games back from them. All right, good. Roster expansion's actually perfect for us. Because then Bryan Abreu can come up. Let's look here at our hitters. Who's out woboing the rest? Who's at maximum woba? I think we bring him up. Kevin Gausman might be food poisoning. Food poisoning? What are we doing? I mean, to be honest, food poisoning should usually take about 24 hours to flush out. Start a charity for him. Like how it's almost never like your top most popular player. It's just always some random dude. All right, we're gonna put him on a rehab assignment. All right, see if we can get hot. 4 games above 500. We are 3.5 games back of the wild card. We'll go a little bit slower. Now we're losing. He sprained his ankle. All right, we'll bring Hudson back up or not. We made a lot of good moves. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to be quite enough. They claimed him. It's unfortunate for us. See if we can get him back in a minor league contract. Ooh, 13 months. That's rough. Let's actually be intelligent and look to see. So we actually did get that player back. That's kind of funny. Sometimes you can game the system. All right, Logan actually is the lowest ERA by a decent margin, so back up to the majors you go, buddy. All right, 4 games back. It's possible. It's very possible. Getting a series win against Boston would be really big because they are quite. I mean, I think they're probably too far ahead of us, but any wins will be good. Jeffers out. All right, the injury bug is really killing us. So we'll bring up Engel here. And Amaya will be thrust into the lineup. I mean, honestly, we have a pretty good chance of finishing above 500, so I'm already pretty satisfied with our season. Obviously, the playoffs would be ideal. I don't think we have enough juice. Throw Kobe into the last ditch effort. What's Kendall been doing? 181. He's played in 124 games. How's he had that many games? See if we can do it. Pretty close to being eliminated, it looks like. 3 games back of the Athletics. I don't think we can do it. No, we're eliminated. I'll say we're pretty close to being out of it, but we still finish our season above 500. Had a 300 and got cut. That's crazy work. All right, so our record and everything improved a lot from last year, which is really exciting. We'll go ahead and get through the round of the playoffs. So the Guardians actually made the playoffs here. So Mike Trout's getting to the playoffs before we did. Apparently now we have no money. I don't really understand that, how we had like 180 million last year, and now we apparently have zero. So Victor Ramirez, Athletics are in the league championship series. Dodgers got out in the divisional series. The former World Series champs got eliminated as well. The Mets are back to the World Series. Athletics and the Mets. What a weird. The Mets make a little bit of sense, but the Athletics, I don't think they're 2 seasons away from a World Series. All right, so we're not going to do all this now, so I'm going to go and train. We'll look at arbitration though before I leave. And it's just not enough money. Not enough money there for us to try to get. Yeah, front office. So we apparently have very little money available. I don't really understand that. Our ticket prices, they're going up. So we let Kenley Jansen go for sure. See if we have how ridiculous some of the contracts are. So like Jeffers, it's a good amount. Like honestly, the rest of our lineup is actually really cheap. So Zach Neto is going to be cheap forever. See, 18 home runs, 240. See what's available there. We get Tanner Bybee. So nothing too crazy. Let's look at the prospect package. So we have, I mean, first base is not a hard. Actually, the Dodgers would be a really. So his power's pretty mid. He's 29. Only a .01 WAR. So he played a lot, but yeah, I think that gets us out of his contract and gets us a couple of prospects. I'm good with that. Guess he was a good leader. We send him across the street. Always got to be looking at the next step up. So Kendall George, base running value 91, everything else extremely low. But because we've Kept him on the team the whole year. Means we can dump him. And Jonah honestly might just be the better of the two. I mean, that's for a backup outfielder, and he was above 250 for a lot of the year. I'm never going to complain about that. He can also go to Double A as well potentially, but left-handed bat, 246, 4 home runs, .08 WAR. Let's look at their who led us in WAR. Denzer Guzman at -1.4. I guess he didn't hit at all. So Adiel had the highest WAR. Zach Neto tied with him. I don't know. I think we're in a good spot for next year as well. We still have guys like George Valera that, it probably won't do anything for us, but like is there. Guys like Kyan Paris, like a middle infielder, didn't really hit much last year. Nelson Rada might be ready for the big jump next year. A lot of stolen bases, 2.8 WAR. So Kendall George can figure things out in AAA, and he's only 23, so kind of stole some extra developmental pieces as well. Victor Mesa. Look at our pitchers as well. So, I mean, I'm pretty happy with how our team is looking. Let's check the waiver wire. We do not want Trevor Stephan. Guy's very expensive. We can grab Logan Evans potentially. So some of these guys wouldn't mind throwing him on the 40-man. Is he in the Guardians? Yeah. So he's up at the majors currently. What else? What else? It's Los Angeles. Also, it shows us our top 20, it looks like 23 prospects, and then their overall rank. I'm pretty sure that's what the parentheses. So that's pretty cool. So he's 16th, right? Let's see if that's true. So yeah, these would be our top 100 prospects. Interesting. All right, so that's pretty cool. So let's check our, I guess, international scouting. We can do that. And front office. Fifth out of 30th, so we've gotten up to there. All right, so yeah, so that is all pretty accurate. So yeah, we got two top 30 overall prospects, close to having three of them. I'm pretty happy with where his team's at now. So this will be a series I will do as a live stream, but I'll upload the videos to the other channel as well. So this will be kind of a separate series, but I don't know how frequently I'll mess with this file, but I'll do it sometimes. So that's it for this one. Talk to you on the next one. Have a great day. Peace.